Oh man. Welcome back, welcome back. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Lion. We're back with another tutorial. I'm not gonna lie to you, today your boy was in his bag. We cooked up some like Joey Badass style pro era type beat. So I'm hoping you guys enjoy it. I'm gonna break down everything that I did in the beat, and I'm gonna show you guys what steps I took to get it to a full complete package. So let's just jump straight into it, guys. All right, YouTube, let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. The first thing I did was I laid down some chords, and the chords, the key for these chords is B major. And the only thing I really did was do a 2-5-1, which is a C sharp, F sharp major, and then ending on the B, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys what those chords sound like. So that's all I really did, and I repeated it for another half step, or for another 4 bars. But the only thing I did was just add in like 3 filler notes to give it like that lo-fi, like jazzy type. Because with lo-fi, realistically, it's simple. That's the best thing about lo-fi. It's simple. It's not perfect. So that's what we did here. So once again, those chords were C sharp major, F sharp minor, or F sharp major, and B major. So the only thing I really did that was like worth really noting in the chords. The only thing I did was I took this F sharp major, and instead of making it an F sharp major 7, what I did was I just flattened the 7th, which turns it into a dominant F sharp major. So that's why it has that. That's why it has that different tone to it. So that was all I really did with the piano chords. That really got me started off. And with as far as like processing, the only thing I really did was take off the lows as usual to let room for the bass. And that sounds like this. So after I laid down the chords, I really wanted to go for like some texture. So I went to expand, and I found this celestial pad. It sounds like this. I'm gonna play it for you guys. Hold on one second. And it's like a almost like a dreamy type of pad. It kind of sits in the back. So I liked it, but I wanted to add something right under it. And the best thing about expand is that you can basically, it's unlimited of what you can do, because you can constantly just put different patterns in. So if you don't have expand, I highly recommend that plugin. But anyways, so the reverse bells is what I added in next. And this is like literally like subtle as it can be. You probably need like some headphones to really hear it. But it's just literally just making like little like transition noise. That's it. So this is all together. I just turned it up so you guys can hear it. So that in context, that right there, only thing I did was just layer it. It's using the same chords as the main progression. So the only thing I did was kind of like move a note around. So instead of this note being at the top, I kind of brung it down at the bottom to like give it a different texture, but it's still the same chord. So that's what I did with that. And then I think right after that, what I did was I went back into expand, and I think I got more kind of like pad sounds. But for this pad sound, I think I wanted to go up an octave. I think I went up an octave. Yeah, I went up an octave. So yeah, so I went up an octave to like kind of brush up on the top end a little bit. Let me play that for you so you guys can hear what that sounds like. and that's just playing at the top. So this is what everything sounds like in context with each other. And realistically, everything fits together because it's literally just layering. One thing that I really learned when doing lo-fi hip hop is layering is key when it comes down to hip hop, from your pads to your pianos to your background melodies. Layering. You gotta layer it, and you gotta make sure that you have the right levels, right? So that's literally everything I did there. I felt like I added a bass right after, and the bass one, I'm not gonna lie, it's not nothing special, but it fits right in perfectly. Let me play the bass for you guys. And the only thing I'm doing is just following the notes, just following the main root notes. And once again, the main root notes was the C sharp, F sharp, and then the B, right? And then occasionally I'll go up, but right back to each scale or each key of the note. So the only thing I did was just cut off low end, cut off a lot of low end on the top main melody pad, because we didn't need a lot of brightness and we didn't need a lot of low end. And for the bass, the only thing I really did was cut it, because if you hear it, so this is the bass. I did a lot of I just kind of like dipped it right here at like the 117 hertz. Reason being is because without it, it just sounds so harsh. I could have used a multi-band compressor, but I just wanted to dip it and just take it out because it still technically sounded good and full. So let me play that with and without real quick. So this is with, and this is without. You hear how it has that extra beefiness? I didn't want it. I didn't want it in this type of style of music right here. So I kind of like dipped it out and then just took it out entirely, or lowered it. So last thing I did was, not even last thing I did was, I think the next thing I did was I added on a different type of melody to basically, and this melody, it just sits right in the background. It doesn't even do a lot. The only thing I did was just follow the notes. Follow the notes and play up and down based on how I was really feeling. And like for this type of melody, I'm really going for that that type of lo-fi feel, that, you know what I'm saying, where the keys will like have enough distance to really breathe and it's not really like playing crazy. So that's what I was really looking for in this one right here. So let me play everything up to the second melody in context with everything right here. And for that melody, once again, the only thing I really did was add some Valhalla, just for to give it like that extra lingering tail. And I only added 8%. I took off some lows just so it wouldn't affect the bass and everything get muddy. And then the next plugin I added on was Valhalla Delay. Only thing, and once again, like 8 to 7%. Take off some of the lows. Realistically, I could take off some of the highs too. I don't even think I want it that bright, but so this is what everything sounds like. So I felt like it needed something else for like the chorus type of area, so I added like a muted trumpet from Contact. Let me make sure I don't want, you know what I'm saying. Yep, muted trumpet. And I really didn't even do too much with the muted trumpet. As you can see, I didn't even put an EQ on it. That's just because it has an EQ built in, and I kind of like turned the knobs there, so it's straight. But this is what it sounds like. And once again, the only thing I'm doing is following the root note, which is that C, F, that C sharp, F sharp major, and that B. And all the notes in between the scale of B major, I'm just playing them in between each scale. or in between each note. So as you can see, now one thing I want you guys to notice, and if you watch my last video, you probably will already identify this. I only quantized certain notes. Some notes I didn't even quantize because I really like that human feel, like as human as it can get with playing. So I quantized some notes and some notes I didn't. So like the little riffs, like I'll show you guys, for example, right here. The riffs right here, I did not quantize. I did not quantize because it sounds like a real player. And once again, the only thing I really did here was add Valhalla. And I really didn't, I gave it like a long tail. I gave it a very long like decay time because I wanted it to carry over and like still breathe in the background. I'm going to cut out some lows right now just so it doesn't affect the bass, and I'm only using 20% of the mix. So like for the drums, I didn't even go crazy. You guys might get mad at me because I didn't use my own drums, but I honestly just used a drum break. I forgot what kit I got it from, but I honestly just used a drum break and then just put my own hi-hats in there. So let me show you what the hi-hats sound like when I put them up in there. And I didn't even, like, I didn't even go too crazy with the hi-hats at all. I literally just played one regular and then I lowered the other one by like 8 dB so it can give it that bounce feel. Man, it's something about like when those hi-hats hit crazy, man, you feel me? Like, you go crazy, man. Sometimes it don't even be the beat, it be the hi-hats. You just be bobbing your head for no reason. But yeah, so I put some hi-hats up in there, and then what I did was I just layered those hi-hats with this drum kit. Man, I heard this drum kit and I went crazy. I was like, yo, I gotta use it. Like, it was like perfect, but I felt like the hi-hats in this drum kit wasn't well pronounced. So if you listen, like, you can hear it, but you feel me? But when you throw those out, it's a subtle movement, but you hear it. You just got something underneath it to give it more room and more body. So this is what everything sounds like in context with each other. And lastly, the last thing I did was I'm trying to think about what I did here. I don't know. I think I went back to Expand. As y'all can see, Expand was my go-to for this one. So shout out to Expand. I just basically took what I had here and I just made a nice ending for it. And the only thing I did there was just cut out lows. There's already not a lot of highs in there, so I just cut out the lows and just left it as is. But yeah. And let me make sure we straight. And that's all I really got for y'all today, man. You know, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something out of this. And what I learned out of this is basically sometimes keeping it simple is the best thing you could do. You don't actually have to go crazy. Sometimes a good sample and a good loop or a good drum loop, sometimes that's all you really need to make some really nice hits. You know, I know I added in like a few more like piano sounds, but other than that, I could have did this whole beat without that second melody, and it would have still been nice with the chords and the trumpet by itself. But that drum kit was crazy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave a link in the description for a MIDI copy of the chords I played here, so you guys can, you know, experiment yourself and try it out yourself. So as always, holla at your boy, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think down below. Holla at your boy, you feel me?